need to say to you all is a couple of you felt a little slighted because you thought maybe you should have a different part. Know that there are several reasons that we make the selections. Thank you, Mr. Hawkins. Several reasons we make the selections, guys. Hey, there's Mr. Julian, Mr. Hawkins. Is this awesome or what? This is awesome. Look at how many kids we've got here. This is
when you choose a show, you know somewhat. You know the number of kids that are going to audition. You kind of know what some of the stronger kids can do, and you base your show around that. So our casting process involves a screening process that includes their audition in music, dance, and acting, and then we score them. The people with the highest scores are then considered for the larger roles, and you have to pay attention then to body type, actually voice type as well, to see that they actually fit the part that you're looking at for that particular role. So there's a pretty intricate process.
I'm playing George Banks, who is the father of the family that Mary Poppins comes and is being a nanny of. And at first, he is this very malicious dictator of a household.
It is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough,
more than loud enough. Will you please go to your rooms?
Who likes his things his way, and if it isn't his way, then it's the highway. And progressing through the musical, he realizes that this is not the best way for him to approach his way of life. So he decides to start changing by giving the right man a loan or treating his children a different way.
it's the best one I've ever seen.
Could we fly it together?
Of course.
Treating his wife like something else other than a prop or a ornament.
I've known Elijah for about 3 years now, so we've been good friends. I mean, it definitely wasn't on like the level that we had to get to for the show, but it was good. We were friends before.
Come along, darling. So you made a wrong decision. How bad is that? After so many years of good service, what's the worst that can happen?
Winifred, if I'm to be dismissed by the bank, we'll be destitute. The servants will leave, the house will be repossessed. We'll be living with the children outside on the frosty curbside.
But we'll have what matters. The children and each other.
I am playing Bert in Mary Poppins. For those of you, if you've seen the show, he's the main chimney sweep guy. He's Mary's best friend. So it's fun. It's really fun.
Adam, we all told Adam that he should have been involved in musical theater from the time that he was young, because he's a natural, and he actually, with some tutoring, could be a triple threat right away. He's a singer, he's a dancer, he's an actor, and it all just was so natural to him. It was kind of awesome to work with a first timer that had that much talent.
He filled the role so wonderfully. He would dance around and just be crazy, and it was perfect.
He had so much face, presence, and so much. I mean, it was really fun to just watch him grow, and so to be able to watch him on stage, because he's an athletic, smart guy. He's never done this, and so to watch him enjoy it was really fun.
Supercalifragilistic.
I feel like during like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious and step in time, I feel like it was really great too. My highlights were always dancing and the big performance with so many people on stage. It was just amazing.
That's me step in time. That's me step in time. Every reason, every rhyme. That's me step in time. S-U-P-E, S-U-P-E,
I love that this musical was so friendly and so many like lessons are taught, and it's just such a loving one that everyone in the community can come enjoy.
I'm Michael, and Michael is like the so there's Mary Poppins, right? Mary Poppins is like the nanny, and then Michael and Jane are the two kids who the nanny like watches over, nannies.
Give us treats, sing songs, bring sweets, never be cross or cruel, never feed us castor oil or gruel. Ugh.
It was really interesting just because I've never really gotten a lead before. It was interesting to see the way it works and learn how to organize it and try to work with everybody to just produce a show.
Martha, I'm sorry.
Valentine, what is Valentine?
Oh! You mean Valentine?
Yes. Sorry. I'm a little nervous about flying because we haven't gotten it to work yet. Actually, it was really funny because I got up yesterday, and then because I have to fly out, and I got up and it looked like it was going to run smoothly, and then all of a sudden it stopped, and I did a really awkward, slow turn, and then I continued on.
Ready on you?
It was learning how to do all the magic. It was so much fun. Like, they took me aside. I had a special practice time, and I got to light fire on stage, which is super fun. It sounds scary, but it was super fun.
The only question I had was, are we capable of doing the magic? Because they're in several scenes. There was magic involved, and we are lucky enough to have a magician here in town. And he also is a musical theater person.
We worked essentially on technique and how she was singing, and so most of our focus was very technique based, very specific. How are you singing that note? How does it feel? What ways can we change it? How will it make it better? We worked a lot on where her voice breaks. There's one particular song in the show that sits right in that area, and so we had to spend a lot of time on talking about the technique of how to make that work and to how to keep the same color, same tone color, no matter where in her voice she was at. And then obviously it's just a confidence thing because no singer wants to crack in front of people. It doesn't matter who you are. And when you hit that voice break, that's when that becomes an option, a possibility that your voice will crack. And so we spent time singing in that area that was the hardest for her. And she also has a voice coach outside of the production that she worked with as well, who I also know very well. And so the language and the ideas that we had were very similar. So she got a double whammy of how to make sure that was successful for her.
I'm practically perfect from head to toe. If I had a fault, it would never dare to show. I'm so practically perfect in every way.
To me, Mary Poppins was sort of the example of what everyone should be. It's how people acted. She taught the children lessons of life, that how they need to respect each other, how they need to respect the world, and just how they should function.
Look, that's that horrible old woman. Don't point. For your information, she's not the least bit horrible.
But she's just a bundle of rags.
When will you learn to look past what you see?
In every transaction, credit or debt, sheets are all well balanced, targets are met.
And proper, and never too stern. Well educated, yet willing to learn. I'm clean and honest, my manner refined.
What will you remember the most?
Remember the most? I think how much I loved being Mary Poppins. Yeah,
What would you change about your experience if you had the opportunity?
nothing. It was perfect.